Hello and welcome to another one of my Leetcode videos. In this one, we'll do Leetcode 2562, find the array concatenation value. This was part of today's weekly contest. So basically, we're given an array and we need to find the concatenation value. So what is concatenation value? It's basically on every step, you take the first and the last element of the array, you concatenate it, so like 74 in this case, and then you keep adding that to a sum. So it'll be like 74, and then you remove those two, and then you take the next two, so it'll be concatenated 522, so 522. So basically, this is 522 plus 74, that's 596. And similarly over here, we'll have 512 for the first and the last, and then 148, and then 13, right? Because it's the only one left. So if you add all of those three, you'll get 673. So basically what we're going to do is we're just going to keep a pointer on both ends of the array. And then if the pointers are not the same, we'll concatenate them. If the pointers are the same, like in the case if we reach 13, we'll just add the number. And then we'll keep doing that until the pointers cross each other, right? So let's start by coding that solution. So we'll have I, which will be our left pointer, and j, which will be our right pointer. So we'll initialize them to the start and the end of the array. And we'll do a loop while I less than j or less than equal to, because we also want to do the case where they're equal, right? So if I is equal to j, we'll just add nums at I to our sum, right? And obviously we need a sum here, and the sum has to be of type long because that could exceed the value, and you can know that from the return type. So at the end, we'll return sum. And at the end of the while loop, we have to move I by 1 and move j by 1 to the other side, right? So we go to the next ones. So this is the first case where I is equal to j. We add just that to the sum. Otherwise, what we want to add to our sum is the combine or concatenated version of nums at I and nums at j, right? And we'll write this concatenate function right now. So I've written the method signature. I'll call it concatenated sum of a and b. So how will we get the concatenated sum? So if you think about two numbers, right? Let's say you have 156 and then you have 78. What we have to do is basically get the digits of each and treat them as a single digit, like going from right to left, right? So in this one, you can think of this as 8 plus 70 plus 600 plus 5000 plus 10,000, right? So basically 8 is the ones place, 70 is the tens place, and then we keep that place as we move here, right? So 600 will be the hundreds place, and then 5,000, then for 1 it will be just like 10,000, right? So we just have to add that, and that will be the concatenated like number, right? So basically what we'll do is first we'll start with b, right? So we'll say while b not equal to 0, the digit of b is b mod 10, right? And at the end we have to divide b by 10. So this is an algorithm to get all the digits of b, right? You mod it by 10 and then divide by 10, so it keeps going backwards. But then we also need to keep track of our, I'll call it place value, right? So initially our place value will just be 1 because it's 8 times 1, right? And then 7 will be times 10, 6 will be times 100, and so on, right? So initially our place value will be 1, and our concatenated number will be equal to 0, right? Because that's where we'll add everything. So I think a better word for this is concatenated number, right? Because the sum is actually this one, but this function here is just concatenated of two numbers. So we'll call it concatenated number. And I've misspelled it, so let me just fix the spelling. So I fixed the spelling here, here, and here, okay? So now we have that. At the end, obviously, we'll return our concatenated number. So let's go ahead and compute this. So first for b, right, we'll have our sum, or sorry, our concatenated number will plus equals the place value times b mod 10, right? Because that will be like 8 times 1 initially, and then 7 times 10, right? So we also need to multiply place value by 10 each time, right? And then after we've done B, we'll do basically the same thing for A, right? So instead of B, we'll have A, and A, right? And this obviously should be place value over here. So we don't reset the place value to 1 while we do A, so it'll just kind of continue the number, right? And so at the end, we'll return that number, and that will be added to our sum. So I believe this should do it. Let's run this and see how this does. All right, accepted. Let's submit. Perfect. 100% solution. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you on the next one. Cheers.